Hi everyone, Amber here. Thank you so much for joining me again. We are already on month 5 of Cotton Cuts Spring 2024 Puzzle Mystery Quilt. As always, I am sewing up a large Moonlit. This month is great. Since it's month 5, we all get a bonus gift. So mine was this little checklist of things to do with Cotton Cuts at the bottom. I love all the little gifts that Cotton Cuts throws in. So thank you so much for that little bonus. I don't know if everybody's is different. I know this is what came in mine as like a prepaid full box. So I know sometimes the gifts can vary, but this was the one that was in mine and I absolutely love it. As I said, we are on month 5. We are sewing up 8 sections today. So we have one block, but we are making 8 of these. So I think this was the fastest block of all the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilts I've ever sewn so far. And the other thing is the signups are already open for the fall 2024 Puzzle Mystery Quilt. It is a Wild West theme. Some colorways are already sold out. So if you're interested in joining, I have a link below in the description. My friend Sean from The Guy Who Sews is choosing my colorway for me and I am choosing his. So I am going to be an ambassador for it, but I have no idea at this time what colorway I am sewing up. So I'm definitely so excited to see. Let me know if you're going to participate and if you have already chosen your colorway. Leave it in the comments. I love seeing everybody's picks. And thank you again to Cotton Cuts for allowing me to be an ambassador, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial for month 5. All right, so I'm at the machine. I have all my fabric laid out here for month 5, my iron and pressing mat. I'm using my 7010 universal needle and the Orfill thread that matches the Moonlit colorway. I have my little booklet here with all the fabrics listed and the clue. So this month, large size, we are doing 8 sections. They are all the same. So only 3 different pieces, which I already have laid out just like this, makes it easier for me. And our instructions are back here. So since we are doing the 8 different sections, for where it says to make 16, I am going to cut that, divide it by 8 and only make 2, but you are going to want to follow this all. But for the video, I always only do 1 of each block. So we are starting out with the large triangle A and 2 smaller C pieces. And I actually love this month because you don't really get confused at all with the fabrics. And again, I'm going to make 2 of these. So I'm laying out my 2 flying geese right now because I like to sew them at the same time. And then I always start just the right hand side. We're going to fold them right sides together. They match perfectly. And then I always sew at the full 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, and then I'm going to do both of the right hand sides at the same time. Just saves time of cutting between each. And then the first one actually even acts like a leader piece. Right, and I'm just trimming my threads. I always trim them down as close as possible as I'm piecing, just to make it easier later on. And so we are pressing our seams to the top. So I like pressing the backside first and then gently opening. And again, these are a lot of triangles, so they might be on the bias. So don't pull. And just gently open it with my fingers and then press with my iron. And same for this one here. And we are going to repeat the process with that C triangle for the left-hand side. And again, because they are die cut, they line up perfectly. And again, I'm not cutting my threads yet. I'm going to do that second one at the same exact time. And now I am cutting my threads. And we will press open to the top left. So again, I like pressing from the back side and gently opening. And as long as you are keeping a consistent seam allowance, all your blocks should match up. Okay, and I'm pressing again for the second piece. All right, so I have my 2 flying geese here, and you should have 16 for step 1. Now our step 2, we need to sew a C square to the left of each flying geese. And so again, I'm going to put them right sides together. And they match up perfectly with the die cut. So if I was doing all 16 of these at the same time, I would just be making these and then not trimming between. But instead, since I'm only doing the one block, I'm doing 2 at a time. So again, I didn't trim or cut that one. I'm sewing at the same time. And you can clip or pin them. I find when it's the smaller pieces, just lining them up and holding them in place works for me. And again, saves me time. We know how valuable our time is, so it's perfect. This is why I love cotton cuts. They save you a lot of time cutting everything for you. Okay, and then so our arrow here points to the left, so we are pressing our seams to the left. So I have my pressing from the back side, and I'm gently opening that block and pressing from the front. Let's slide that over, and we are doing the same thing here. And the reason why I slid this piece over is because now we are just attaching them side by side, just like this. So you should have your C square, flying geese, C square, flying geese. I'll put them right sides together. I think this is the fastest block I've ever made out of all the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt so far.
Sure.
Right, and again, I'm trimming my threads, and our arrow is pointing to the right, so we are pressing our seams to the right. So I'm pressing gently from the back side first, and then carefully opening them. I find sometimes that the longer the piece is, sometimes it's easier to accidentally pull and stretch out your block. And sometimes it also makes the seam flip on me. So I'm also trying to be careful with that. And sometimes if the seams are a little puffy, I like giving an extra press. And then, all right, we are done with our block for month 5, and you should have 8 of these when you finish. All right, we have finished month 5. You should have 8 of these sections. I absolutely love this month. I think this was the fastest Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt block that I've ever done. I cannot wait to see how all of these fit into the final quilt. So again, let me know in the comments if you are participating in the Wild West, if you've signed up for the Fall Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and you can use the code AmberWest to get a bonus gift if you haven't already signed up. So hope to see you next month. Bye!